Well, how y'all doing? It's Thursday. Yep, I missed Wednesday. I had a full plate yesterday. By the time I got done doing all my chores and doing what I wanted to do, I barely had enough time to sit down and watch old Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders have a little debate last night about the tax bill that Donnie Boy is trying to push through and just what that means for America. So I'm sorry I didn't get around to doing my video yesterday. Sometimes I just miss a day. I hate to try to shove something together at the last minute and just go, guessing at what I'm talking about. Anyway, what's going on? Well, I didn't get a shirt, but Randy Peterson up in Bella Vista, Arkansas, look at there. I think Randy's got this thing about a certain ball team. I don't know. I think he sent this to me, so he put it over my shirt like that and turn it into a razor. Now, we're going to put that, it's a magnet. We're going to stick that up here somewhere. And he also sent me a Jeff Horton band, Bringing the Blues to You. And that must be one of Randy's favorite bands up there. I do enjoy the blues. I enjoy just about every genre except I never did get into opera very much, but I like the classics. I like big band music. I like it a lot. I like swing music. I like country music, and I like my rock and roll. Anyway, what's going on? Hell, everything's going on. I did watch that debate last night, and I posted a little thing that Ted Cruz is the reason that he needed slapping law. So we could go up there and slap the shit out of him, and when the judge asks you how come you slap him, you just say, well, he needed slapping because he's ignorant. He would sell out his own mother for the Koch brothers and everything else, and he wants to trash America just like old Donnie does right now. But it was the same old shit that Ted Cruz came out with, the cry for, trickle-down economics. That's the key there. We're going to give tax breaks to the rich, and it's all going to trickle down, and new jobs will be created and all that shit, and it didn't happen before, and I don't expect it would happen again if we did it. And we don't need to do it. They want to cut the corporate tax rate, lower tax rates for the 1%, and they want that death tax. That death tax just kills them. That doesn't count for anybody. It counts for the Koch brothers. $5.6 million. Any inheritance over $5.6 million that you're leaving your kid, he'd have to pay taxes on. $5.6 million, hell, that should be enough for anybody. You don't got to give them billions. They'll just be lazy assholes. And that's been demonstrated by Donnie. And, this whole thing with Donnie and his MAGA, Make America Great Again, that is all based on, shut up, Donnie. Returning to, like the 1950s. That's where they think that America was in its prime. So we need to go back to that. No, we don't need to go back to that. But I do want to point out that back in those days, the tax rate on the rich was 80%. 80% of the wealth of the 1% on millions and millions of dollars, you had to pay an 80% tax rate because back then society deemed that nobody needed $1 billion to live in this country. Nobody needed that. It would be better off if that money went to serve the general society and lift up everybody in our country instead of stockpiling it until you're just rolling in it. Back then, that's what it was. We were more concerned with our country rather than our personal wealth. Like Donnie and so many others up there, like the Koch brothers. They don't want to give up a dime. Donnie has already said only stupid people pay taxes. And that's exactly where he lives. And that's another one we need to slap the shit out of. Anyway, I did have a little note there that I wanted to point out that because they did the math on vacations here. Because, back when the campaign, Donnie Boy was always griping about Obama's vacations. Well, Obama spent $97 million in 8 years on vacation. That's a lot of money. Huh? $97 million. Boy, I wish I had that kind of money to go on vacation. Yeah, well, Donnie has spent $147 million on vacation in 9 months. Oh, yeah, fiscally conservative, my ass. I keep bringing that up with this trickle-down shit. You think they're fiscally responsive? That's going to put trillions of dollars in debt for our country. It's what they do every time. They raise the debt like it's nothing. And then when a Democrat comes in, oh, they whine about the debt and the deficit and everything. We can't have that. We need to cut social programs. We need to cut them. No, we need to go back to the 80% tax rate on them rich things. And that way we can lift up our society with that money instead of watching rich people buy another island or some other crap like that, using government airplanes to fly around when they have billions of dollars themselves. They're just cheap bastards. That's all they are. I did get to see Jeff Sessions yesterday in the Senate Intel Committee. Other than that, that was interesting. I enjoyed watching Senator Al Franken get after little Jeffy boy about moving the goalposts, he said, every time they have a conversation. He started out with, oh, I've had no contact with any Russians. Then he went to no talk of the campaign. Then he went to no talk of the policy. And now he's down to no continuing exchange of information. Moving it all the time. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean this. And then when pressed on about his conversations with the president and why Comey was fired and all this other stuff, Jeff continually says he refuses to answer because Donnie Boy may in the future declare executive privilege on that information. The problem is that the Senate Intel Committee's been after this for 6 months. The last time Jeff Sessions was in there, he was saying the same thing. I can't answer because Donnie might do that in the future. Well, Donnie has not done that yet, Jeff, so I don't think it's plausible for you to keep using that stupid excuse. If Donnie Boy wants to come out with executive privilege, have him come out like a man, and we know he ain't got no balls to do it, and claim executive privilege on the information that you and him talked about. If he doesn't do that, kiss my ass and start answering the questions, Jeff, because you're just looking like another Russian hack, buddy. That's all it looks like, dodging, weave, and don't answer this and don't answer that. What a hell of a people we got up there. I swear, it's just unbelievable how they can just whine and weave their little talks. Attorney General, that's why I'm sorry I'm getting lost in my thought. What Attorney General we have. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, Jake Tapper, he's in the news. Why? Well, because Bill O'Reilly came on in a tweet. Bill O'Reilly came out with a tweet that said, Sean Hannity kicking serious butt in the ratings. Tapper on CNN as low as you can go. Are you shitting me? Bill, do you have to kiss up to Sean Hannity's ass now, trying to get a little something on the side going there, since you had your ass run out of Fox News because you're nothing but a deviant sexual predator, because you're an asshole, because you're a white supremacist? They kicked you out of Fox and now you think your opinion means shit? Ah, that's funny, Bill. Sounds like you're bloviating, buddy. Anyway, Jake Tapper came back and tweeted to Bill O'Reilly, and he told Bill, he said, Lowe would be sexually harassing staffers and then getting fired for it, being humiliated in front of the world. Now that would be low. And I have a tendency to agree about it. The word anybody, Bill O'Reilly should talk about anybody's low anything. Bill O'Reilly's one of them bottom of the barrel scum-sucking bastards who got his ass caught along with his buddy over there, Hales over there in Fox, and several other people from Fox, that bullshit mountain. They get in trouble for that shit. And the GOP is all upset because they think we're politicizing the death of American soldiers with the 4 soldiers that were killed over in Nigeria. Politicizing, you know what politicizing the deaths of Americans would be? It's called Benghazi. For years, they politicized the deaths of 4 Americans for their own political gain, spending millions upon millions upon millions of dollars on continuous investigations for years to prove nothing except that they wanted to hurt Hillary Clinton as much as they could. Benghazi, 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 Benghazi. It was like a constant drum beat in your head for years. No, that would be politicizing American deaths. That would be the scum of the earth using somebody as a political gain. That's what that would be. This is more of a question of how much of a jerk our president can be to not even know the name of the man whose widow you are calling. You got a little piece of paper there, Donnie, that you can write down? Huh? Al David Johnson. Is that so hard to remember? La David? I'm sorry. La David. Even I messed up, but willing to say it. Anyway, Donnie needs to shut up. Every time he deals with a Gold Star family, for some reason it ends up in the news. The man can't pass his condolences without making some bullshit up about a previous president or some other bullshit to make Donnie look better than anybody else, which we all know Donnie is nothing but a suck-ass. Anyway, yeah, check's in the mail. He says that $25,000 check that he said to that other Gold Star father he was going to send him, long time ago. Yeah, check's in the mail, bub. Because the news came out with it. The news had a story about him not sending the check that he said he would. And all of a sudden he sends the check. Oh, yes, I'm sending it. Just like that military benefit he had. Where to benefit the soldiers, he's going to donate this money to the USO and all that other shit. And he didn't do it until he was forced to. That's him. That's Donnie. That's Donnie, the draft-dodging, money-sucking, tax-evading asshole that we have in our house. He is a disgusting turd of a man. He has sought to do nothing but to divide this country. And Pootie's not too happy with you. Pootie said that Trump's allowed his foes to block his agenda. You mean your agenda, Pootie? Because, yeah, we're trying hard over here to stop Donnie from selling this country to you real cheap. Anyway, I was happy this morning to see somebody. And I saw George W. Bush come out and speak this morning. And I have no qualms about saying I lay a lot of things at George W.'s feet. George W. Bush caused a lot of turmoil and a lot of destruction all over the Middle East with a sad mistake. But even he recognizes what this Donnie has done to this country, what he is continuing to do to this country, to tear it apart, to tear down everything that we stand for. Yeah. Bush said America's lost its identity. We're trying hard to get it back. We're trying hard to hold up the values that give us our identity, what America stands for. Bush said that bigotry seems emboldened. Where did that come from? Because W recognizes that ever since Trump got in there, white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and Klan members, and every other disgusting cockroach has come out of the woodwork. Why? Because they think Donnie Trump is their man, their supporter, their flag waver, their standard bearer. That's Trump. Bush recognizes that. Everybody recognizes it. He said nationalism has been distorted into nativism. And that's the idea that, well, if you weren't born in this country, get out, we don't want you, and put up walls and bans and all that other shit. That's not what we stood for before. That's not what we've stood for over 200 years. No, we stood for more than that. And this asshole is trying to bring us down to exactly that. Bullying and prejudice in our public life sets a national tone. That can go right along with all the maggots coming out of the woodwork with them cockroaches and the rebel flag and all that other shit with their Nazis and crap. That's set by somebody. That tone in this country is set by somebody. Bullying people is set by somebody. And it's set by that dick in our office who has to come up with silly little names and bully people around, make up shit for them, and throw little turds out. Oh, I've been wiretapped. I've been this or that. It's a constant stream of petty shit coming out of him. That's all we've had out of him. Yeah. He also said bigotry or white supremacy is blasphemy against the American creed. How hard is that for you to understand, Donald Trump? Is that so difficult for your pea brain up there, your white supremacist little brain, to understand the American creed? It's right there on the Statue of Liberty. That is what this country is about. It's helping others, lifting up others. In what did he say? Bush said something about in the dark corners, the men and women see the shining light of America from the dark corners of the world. Yeah, what do they see in Trump? They see Trump just flipping the bird, putting up a ban, putting up a wall, calling people names. That's what Trump does. He's not a uniter. He is a divider. He's trying to divide this country right down the middle. And he's got Russia's help to do it. And we've already seen they're going to come back in 2018. Everybody's talking about him coming back in 2018, and we're not doing anything about it. That's pitiful. We're going to wait for it to happen again because we know there are morons in this country that will believe fake stories about Obama or Hillary or anything the Dems do. There'll be some kind of story out there that some moron's going to believe. I don't know, people. There's so much going on, but he made so much sense, and he's speaking out, and I cannot wait to see what Obama says when he comes out at that rally in Virginia. It's a political speech. You know he's going to say something. And the ex-presidents of this world, of this country, need to speak out against what they see is going on in this White House. All of us need to speak out against what we see going on in our house in the name of our country. This isn't Donald Trump's country. Donald Trump didn't pay a dime into this country. Donald Trump refuses to show his taxes because he doesn't want you to know he hasn't paid a dime into this country or anything else, draft-dodging asshole. But we have citizens in this country that pay in every year with their money and with their blood. He gives nothing but hate and discontent. That's what Donald Trump is. Hate and discontent. He loves it. Chaos is his friend. Anyway, that's how I feel. So much going on, people. We have to stay involved in this. We have to watch 2018. Get involved. Listen to the politics. Listen to the... take the time to listen to Ted and Bernie or see Jeff Sessions in the intel. Take an interest in this stuff, people, because our country depends on us being an informed populace. And that's what we have to do. Stay informed, know what's going on, so we can make the right decisions. And the best decision is to get his ass out of our house before he destroys this country anymore. On that note, y'all have a good day. Blue dots around this world. Every day I look at my... there's people... Kerry Kipping. He shares my videos all the time. Andy Paguda. He on his show he talks about me. Sally Sinden shares it all the time. Michael Sean, I don't make a day nowadays without thinking about you, buddy, up in Chicago. That MacBook Pro is just works wonders for me, buddy. I love it. And Randy, I appreciate the sticker and the Razorbacks magnet there. So we'll put that up on the board so everybody can see it, Randy. We all know that you're a big Razorback fan, I think, by now. That's good, buddy. All right, well, that's about it. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe. John Bertavo of Blue Dot in Texas on Twitter, on Facebook, and out my truck window. So we'll see y'all later. Bye now.